Prime. What is good, everybody? I'm your navigator, your host through the next 60 minutes. We're live on Stadium and all of its platforms, Amazon Prime, DirecTV now, YouTube TV, Roku TV, etc., etc. For all of you degenerates out there and OGs, you know who you are. You're watching on our YouTube channel on your way in every single time. Hit that like button for me. It really helps the show grow. Now, when I come into the chat, I love when Jared says, let's freaking go, coach. Then I got my arch nemesis, Japan. My favorite part of these shows is Coach still trying to get into the club. Maybe worse than EC at this point. Japan, me and you are going to have words. Just right now, I got a little show to tend to. So, as you guys know, we are live every single Monday and Thursday before Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, and exclusively on YouTube for Sunday Night Football. Tonight, we've got a battle. Take the records, throw them out the window. 8-2 Pittsburgh. They've been on a winning streak, a heater with Russell Wilson at quarterback. He's won all 4 of his starts so far, but this is the dog pound. This is Cleveland. Now, they are 2-8, yes, but the last 5 years, they've beaten Pittsburgh twice on Thursday nights. And let me check my notes. Oh, how about this? They've won 8 straight home games on Thursday Night Football. Something to think about as we get into it. And you guys know we always run 5 wide on Thursday night. So without any further ado, it's time for the picks. Oh, and after the morning show, I need a little shot of adrenaline here tonight. First and foremost, no, he's not going to be rapping for us. He just looks the part. He's my partner from Nashville, Tennessee. AB, thank God you're here tonight, sir. Thank God. Good evening, sir.
Coach, yeah, it's good to be here. It's such an exciting morning show everybody had today. Now, look, you're talking about the chain here, all right? Look at that. That's a tiger. That's an honor. My man, Big Chuck, I got a feeling he's going off tonight for the dirty down there. So we're repping Big Chuck on this one.
Then let's go right there. Let's go diagonal. He is the man from the dirty. Big Chuck. Charles, good evening, sir.
Good evening, Coach, AB, crew. I appreciate that. Looking out for your boy. Exciting night. When weather's involved, it can always be a tricky experience no matter what your handicap is. So excited to get it going. I'm looking forward to this one in particular.
Sports Run says, in the dirty we trust. Right next over to him. I gotta be honest. You know me, I'm just the messenger. But I think Raphael can agree with me that young Peyton, Mr. Prize Picks himself, is starting to get a little bit of a fan base in the morning. Soupy, best beer in the game. Your thoughts? Good evening.
I mean, it's nice for the kids to just feel good about themselves. You know, these youngins, they love their social media and their TikToks and everything, but I think we all know in the DTL crew who really is Mr. Prize Picks.
All right, very interesting. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out our latest TikTok video, I encourage you in the next hour and 12 minutes to go there because young Peyton has posted one. Did you post one today, Soupy, at our TikTok page? No? Okay.
What's the username and password? Where is it?
Oh, my God. AB, don't even get that up publicly. We'll have everybody posting TikTok videos. All right, finally, he is back in the friendly confines, and we can't do it without him. He is our numbers guy, Raphael Esparza. Good evening, Raphael.
Good evening, Coach. Should be very interesting because I thought I was going to see some rain, some bad weather when they turn the TV on, and the numbers are flying upwards because there's no weather right now. So it's going to be very interesting. Do we see a 4? Do we see a 37.5? Do we maybe even see a 38? Should be a very interesting hour.
All right, keep us on point with that if you don't mind. If you need to interrupt. All right? All right, let's get into it tonight because this number's kind of been hanging out, AB, all week between 3.5. We thought it might go to 4, whether it's at DraftKings or ESPN Bet. It's stuck at 3.5, and that total, man, that 37 number is so important when you're looking at 20-17, potentially your take with about an hour and 10 minutes to go before game time.
Yeah, so look, Raphael spoke about the weather, right? And we all thought that it was going to be rain, all right, maybe even some sleet. It still could get that, but we still do have weather. And it's the wind. Take a look at it. 20 to 25 mile an hour plus, gusts even more. You have to have a man's arm to throw in wind like that. Jameis Winston has that arm. This is going to be a fascinating game to break down.
I cannot wait until the no-fly zone, which comes up in about 13 minutes from right now. By the way, famous Jameis, he threw for 395 yards last week, and they only scored 14 points. So that means they're completing a lot, and they're throwing it a lot. Raphael, let me come over to you. Do you think in the next hour it will go to 4? Are we pretty good with where it's at 3.5?
We could. There's a couple 3 -115s, no -120s out there yet, but I think we might see a 4. If there's no rain by kickoff, I think the bettors are going to say favorite and over. That's why there's a couple 37s that just popped up maybe a couple seconds ago. So it could be very interesting.
All right. This has been an unusual day, and just because he wrote it in the chat, I'm going to read it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be laughing at it. But AB, this just gets weirder and weirder. Kevin just got to the chat. He says, "Good to see everybody. Just got here. Been at the funeral home to pay last respects to my wife's ex-husband, of all things." Oh my God! What kind of respects? First of all,
Yeah.
AB, thoughts?
Yeah, look, you know what that is? That's a sign of a good man right there, right? Kevin's a good man. That's how you handle your business, pay your respects. No ego involved. Kevin, well done, sir. That is a great, great karma move right there. You're a good man.
It really is. I wish my ex-wife had a husband. Good Lord, do I wish that. All right. Sorry, I had to make the joke. All right, Soupy, let me come down because I always got to start with this because right now we're getting deep into the season. Week 12, we're only a couple weeks away from starting to think about fantasy playoffs. So tonight, with these two teams, anybody a good fantasy play?
Jameis Winston he's thrown the ball over 40 times in each of his starts, over 300 yards. He's getting, he had 3 touchdowns in one game, 2 and 1. So he's thrown a touchdown in every single game. And surprisingly, the picks aren't there. He's usually that type of guy who will take the risk, throw it, and get a lot of picks. Those aren't there. So I'm taking Jameis Winston for a big night. Match him up with Cedric Tillman because he's averaging 9 targets a game with Winston. He has become his wide receiver 1. And on the other side, go with Najee Harris, go with Jalen Warren. Najee's probably going to get a big lump of the carries, but Warren has actually been getting the chunk yards. He actually is doing pretty well.
Oh, excuse me. I was listening. I'm just watching. Raphael, you look great on Amazon Prime, by the way. Have you ever watched yourself on Amazon Prime? You look amazing. The show looks amazing on a big screen. AB, the graphics, top shelf. Sorry, I was just taking a couple pictures for the, page. So I heard what you said, Soupy, Jameis Winston. But Big Chuck, let me come over to you because Jameis came from New Orleans, and now he's been in Cleveland. Their season is over. But when you're talking about playing the role of spoiler, I'm reading all of these quotes today, and it feels like to me the Browns are pretty hyped about tonight's game.
There's a lot of pride going into this game. Plus, they always love to play the Steelers, and the Steelers generally do not do well on Thursday night. So, yeah, this is definitely a spot for them to redeem themselves. Stock couldn't be lower for the Browns and couldn't be higher for the Steelers. So, yeah, nothing more than they would like to do than play spoiler to their division mates.
All right. I see a lot of people in the chat right now. You're talking about different props that you like as well. Remember, on the primetime shows, we do the props after the bottom of the hour in our Prop It Up segment. But we got to get to our picks now. And these are where we do these straight picks. So, Big Chuck, let me come right back to you because you're going to be contrarian tonight. You like the dog barking. Let's go.
I just think this is a bad spot for the Steelers coming off that big win versus the Ravens. Plus, Cleveland always gives Pittsburgh a tough game. In the dog pound, they've won 3 of the last 4. And you add in the weather, I'll go ahead and take the home dog, catching plus 3.5 points.
AB, your thoughts about Big Chuck going the other way tonight?
I'll tell you what, man. In the NFL, the last 15 years of betting, home dogs of 3.5 points or more, they cash at like a plus 60% clip. Like just trusting that process alone has been profitable.
Do we play into the fact that, because we're talking about several years and the players always change over, but the fact that they've beaten the Steelers twice in the last 5 years, the fact that on Thursday nights they've won 8 games in a row, does that play into anybody's handicapping today?
Not really.
No?
A little bit.
No, a little bit. Okay, awesome. All right, glad I asked. All right, Raphael, let me come over to you. You're putting a little something together. I don't know that I've seen a 30.5 in a minute, even in a teaser. Talk to me.
Yeah, when I typed it, I had to double check this, and maybe I just misspelled it or something. But I'm going for 6-point teaser here because I'm trying to go for 3 straight teasers on the show. So we're going to 6.1. We're going to do plus 9.5 for the Browns, and the total 30.5. Why not do 30.5? I like the Browns this spot. It's my second quote in Star Wars. It's a trap. It's a trap. This smells like a trap to me. I would not shock me if Cleveland wins outright.
All right. Shout out to Matt, by the way. He says only stream on the TV. Coach, show's too good for the small screen. Damn it, Matt. I agree with you. And Raphael, I agree with part of that teaser. Okay. Soupy, I see 2 plays over there. And you've made things very interesting because a lot of books will come up with what we call exotics. And your second one is an exotic. You're up.
I think that there's going to be a lot of passing. Jameis Winston, I mentioned, he's thrown the ball over 40 times in each game. 40. That's just what he does. He threw over 5,000 yards in the last time he was a starter. So I think they're also going to have to play catch up. I believe the Steelers are always going to have a small lead, but I think they're always going to have a lead. And Nick Chubb is not Nick Chubb right now. So I believe they're going to throw a lot and he's going to complete a lot. Same thing with Russell. There has been an uptick in the passing game with Russell Wilson. He's thrown the ball over 28 times in each one of his starts. And I like him. I like George Pickens. And the Cleveland defense is not the same defense in previous years. They are now more vulnerable to giving up big passes and explosive plays. So both of them to throw 200 yards, I like that pick. And the over 36, because like Cleveland just cannot defend. They're allowing over 20 points in 9 of 10 games. And the Steelers have scored over 28.5 in each game that Russell Wilson has played.
Who are you and who is taking over Soupy's body right now?
I think you gave me some of those gummies that you take. Right? They're in my
That's a pre-show meeting, Soupy, not for public consumption. What are we doing?
The gummy bears, the Harbo's gummy bears.
Yeah, they believe that.
Yeah.
Hey,
oh my
hey,
God.
yeah,
What'd you think
gummy
I was
bears.
saying?
Well, I'll tell you this. I'd be careful going across state lines. You just went federal, son.
Out here, I won't say that. Out here, everything's legal. Hell, I could place an order right now, and they'll be here by the end of the show. That's California for you. That's the only good thing in California. AB, Raymond in the chat says this, because we always talk about never crossing over a 0. He's like, the Steelers are good, but they got to get knocked back down to reality sometime like the Chiefs. Why do you get to take a shot like that? But then Roger says, how about swooping past 0, Steelers plus 2.5, and then the over of Raphael's at 30.5. Would you like that?
Don't hate it at all, man. Like when you're playing with a total that's this low, like I'm not coming out saying do it. What I'm saying is that you're going to have more options if you're looking at a lower scoring game. So taking points here again, Raphael can speak much better to it than I can in regards to crossing over 0 and jumping the fence and all that. But when you do have a lower scoring game, you have many more options there when you start taking a favorite and making them the underdog. I don't hate it. Like it goes against the rules, but I don't hate it. And yeah, Raphael, he'll speak better than I can.
30 seconds, Raphael.
3 books just shopped to 4 right now, so the trend will probably continue.
Oh, very interesting. He took 3 of those 30 seconds. I love you, Raphael. I love you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Winning Ugly says Chuck doesn't even do a show without gummies. Way to chill. Way to chill. Maybe that's Charles' secret. I don't know. Maybe we need to be looking for different sponsors. Maybe we need to go in that direction. Who knows?
All options are on the table.
All right, we're just getting started. It's a vibe right here on Primetime. Still to come, of course, we got the no-fly zone. We're comparing quarterbacks, running backs, receivers. And is tonight the night, God willing, that somebody gets into the club? Because right now we got about 5 people, and they're having all the fun. We're just getting started. It's prime time on Stadium and simulcast on YouTube. Okay, you degenerates out there and OGs that watch on our YouTube channel, we love you so very much. AB, tonight the visitors are the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do we got?
Let's have some fun here with the favorites, all right? First one, Steelers money line. Just win the game, all right? Najee Harris, anytime touchdown. And Jameis Winston, 1+ interception, plus 265, all right? Next one, Steelers money line. George Pickens, anytime TD. And Russell Wilson, 150 plus passing yards at plus 400. And then finally, Steelers money line. We're not even messing with spreads. All right. Steelers win the game. Steelers score 17 points or more. And Russell Wilson throws for 250 plus passing yards at plus 800. Raphael, start us off. What do you like?
Man, that 800 is singing to me, but I'll take the middle one. I'll take the Steelers money line Pickens anytime T. I like the Russell Wilson 150 plus pass yards. Give me the 4-1.
All right. Soupy, what do you like?
I'm going big. I'm going with the plus 800. I love Russell Wilson in this spot. And give me the George Pickens anytime TD also, because I need him in my fantasy this weekend.
All right. Big Chuck.
I'm going to keep this one conservative. Option A, Steelers money line, Najee to just score a touchdown, and famous Jameis with a pick, plus 265 for show purposes for me.
There we go. Coach, what do you like here?
I love that you said AB no weather tonight because I love me some George Pickens. So give me the middle one because the Steelers win. And if Russell Wilson can't go over $150, what are we doing?
I know, right? Like, I honestly don't hate any of these three. Number 1 and number 2 is where I'd go. I'll go with number 2. I do think Pickens gets in the end zone, and Russ will, though. 150 plus passing yards. I mean, if he didn't get to 150, like, what are we doing here? So I'll roll with that plus 400.
All right. Winning Ugly likes B, said that looks good. AP says famous Jameis is the man. Angels vendor. There's no trap picks here. So a lot of people. Raphael, go.
6-figure bet in Vegas that moved that number to Steelers -4. So normally when you see something like that, piggybacks start coming up. So more books are probably taking bigger action.
Right now, Raphael's our MVP. Why don't you guys start bringing something to the table? Soupy, was that your $100,000 bet, by the way? I think it was.
I am really in favor of the Steelers tonight, but not that much.
We're back in 5 seconds. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We are live on Stadium simulcast on YouTube, all of Stadium's platforms. We are there, so no matter where you go, you will find us. Direct TV now, Amazon Prime Video, YouTube TV, Roku TV, etc., etc. Now, you guys know there are certain reasons why we are the fastest growing brand in all of sports and sports betting. But there are certain things that we have come up with that simply nobody else can even do. Our next segment is simply that. Tonight, a dynamic, I think is the word I'm looking for. When you talk about Jameis Winston, who can go off at any time. And then you got Russell Wilson, a Super Bowl champion. But the last couple of years, no respect at all. Until now. He's won 4 games in a row. He's kept it very conservative. But where has he kept it very conservative? You're about to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the no-fly zone.
Coach, let's start the no-fly zone with a little new look here of some homework we've been doing. Yeah, I want everybody to pay attention. This is some of the data that we put together before doing these. All right, take a look at the blue arrows and red arrows. All right, the Browns. These are the teams that you're looking at. The Browns have trouble scoring points. They also give up a bunch of points. The Steelers, points per game allowed, that is a top 10 right there. But look at the time of possession. Both of these teams like to keep the ball. Keep an eye on that. All right. Pass offense for the Steelers, 28th in the NFL. Not good. But look at the rush offense and rush defense. Top 10, top 10. And then the other side, 29th and 24th. Keep that data with you tonight. Now, let's take a look here at our first QB, Russell Wilson. Okay. This is last week against the Ravens. Now, take a look at what he can do. This is a short passing offense that does have an uptick in passing attempts. You see that, 23 of 36. Keeps it short, left to right. All right, 5 yards and in. Even a lot of passes behind the line of scrimmage. Why? Because they're safe. You don't turn the ball over. Look at deep middle. Deep right. He doesn't really try it. He will try you deep left, but not a whole lot. Flip this thing over here. You're going to see his danger zones. All right. Deep middle, intermediate left. All right. Watch these 3 spots. Why? Because the Browns are a top 5 defense in regards to getting sacks. They are going to come after Russell Wilson tonight, and that's how he makes mistakes. Also, hands up at the line of scrimmage for the defensive line. Russell Wilson is short. He will get passes tipped, and he will get passes picked. right there in the middle of the field at the line of scrimmage. Flip that thing over. Finally, what you need to know tonight, weather, wind. There is wind and heavy amounts of it. You have to have a strong arm. So what are you going to see with Russell Wilson? Short pass completions are going to be up even more, okay? You're going to see very safe routes, throwing to running backs, throwing out patterns, dig patterns, all right, hitches, 5 yards and in. You're also going to see play action in the RPO and choice routes. What do I mean by that? You're going to see receivers break a 5-yard route down to a 3-yard route because it's safe. So pay attention to that. Running back and wide receivers, yards after completion is going to be up. Russ might not take too terribly many deep shots, but he will hit guys in stride, and they could take off on this Browns defense. Finally, Russell Wilson on the run. Watch this Browns defensive line. That's their best shot, is to rush the passer and put Russell Wilson on his tailgate. He's going to be running all over the field with pockets collapsing. 3 out of 5 stars to throw a pick. Now, flip it over to Jameis. Look at this. Look how beautiful that this is. Exactly what Soupy said. All right, this last week against the Saints. 30 of 46, 395 yards. All right, Jameis has a strong arm. Look at the Steelers secondary. It's all over the board. All over the board. Why? Because this is a linebacker-built defense. All right, you've got to know where these guys are going to be because the Steelers don't necessarily bring heat and bring down the quarterback too terribly much. They will, but they use their linebackers to put your quarterback in hell. Flip it over. Jameis going to have some problems tonight, Hoss. All right, deep middle. Look at that. 0.0. Deep right, intermediate left, and the same thing. All right, Jameis will have problems at the line of scrimmage, both in the middle of the field with defensive linemen, get their hands up, and short right because he likes to move this offense left to right. Flip it over to the final part, and what you're going to see, running back receptions are going to be up. All right, you're going to have wind. Jameis can make these throws in the wind. Strong arm, but he's got to be safe, okay? Throw it to running backs a lot tonight. You're going to see a mixture of an up-tempo offense. That is a way to keep the Steelers defense on their toes and on their heels. You coming up to stop the run, you going back to stop the pass. We ain't going to give you time to do it. Quarterback rush attempts way up for Jameis Winston. He's going to run. He has to because the Steelers' rush defense is top 10 in the league, all right? And if Nick Chubb is not Nick Chubb, Jerome Ford is not Jerome Ford, somebody's going to have to run the damn ball, and I think it's going to be Jameis. Short hitches, out routes, way up as well. 4 out of 5 stars for Jameis to throw a pick.
I don't believe that I've ever meant this more than I mean this right now. Bonus, no fly zone. Ladies and gentlemen, one single solitary question. You can all do it with me. Do you want to do the work? I didn't think so. Now, let's throw up the comparison for these two quarterbacks because I know, and I haven't even seen the board, that we've got one interception prop that is coming courtesy AB because I know what a 4-star is. I know what a 4-star is. Now, Soupy, let me start with you on the Russell Wilson side of things, because when you look at what he's done through his first 4 games, he has gone north of 200 a couple of times, 264, 278, but his number tonight is 186, and I'm assuming it's because of the weather. Should we gamble there?
I would gamble on it. I still love it. As AB mentioned, we could see a lot of RPO, shorter passes. He's got some competent receivers. He's got Jalen Warren and Najee Harris, who are both pass-catching running backs. It could be a lot of shorter passes. I'll take his passing yards. I'll also take his completions above 16.5.
All right, 205, 195, 278, 264. Those are the 4 games for Russell Wilson, Raphael. And this number is below all 4 of those games. Your thoughts?
Well, they just put a scene on TV, and we see flurries of snow right now. So that could be very interesting throughout the process. I'm going under, especially in the pass attempts and completions. But I do like the longest pass, 34.5. We could see one bomb that just out of nowhere and catches. I can see both quarterbacks doing those one long bombs. So I'll take 34.5 over.
All right, very interesting. Big Chuck, let me come over to you because sometimes the books will adjust because of weather that doesn't come, and I don't think flurries are, for me, anything to be scared of. But like AB said, the wind might. Your thoughts on the Russell Wilson side of things?
I think that's key. The wind, and Russell Wilson doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. They're low for a reason. I'm liking unders basically on everything. I would look at the interception though. I think he could still serve one up, but yeah, I'm all for unders. Anything that has to do with Russell Wilson.
Okay, let's go over to Jameis Winston now. And AB, I'm looking at his last 3 games, and Soupy laid it out pretty good. 41, 46, 46 on the attempts. The completions 30, 26, and 27, and over 330 twice in the last 3 games. So as we look at these numbers, they're also pretty low. I may lean into some overs with Winston tonight because I also believe they'll be behind for most of the game.
Yeah, I like those completions at 19.5. I like Russ's at 16.5, right? I understand the win, and both teams do want to run the football, but both defenses are going to sell out to stop the run and force you and your quarterback to beat you. Now, here's the other thing, too. Attempts, 34.5. Soupy said it. He's averaging 45 to 46 attempts a game, right? And keep an eye. Punts, all right? Normally, punts, the over-under set at 7.5. It's at 12.5 tonight. Okay, so if they're getting the Browns are getting the ball a lot, pass attempts are going to be up. Look at that interception, minus 205. My God, man. But look, Jameis ain't scared. I've seen the dude pitch. He'll throw 96 right at you, buddy. His arm, he ain't scared of throwing into any wind. This dude's got an arm for real, man.
He's not scared of anything. You feel like you almost have to put if this was MMA, I'll play a minus 205, but not in football. And Raphael, as I come over to you, last week, Jerry Jeudy, who we're going to look at in about 11 minutes or so, he had a really long touchdown against the Saints. Potentially, could we see that happen again tonight? That 34.5 number seems a little tasty.
Big Chuck, cover your ears. That's the Saints defense, and not the Steelers defense. So it's going to be very iffy. The Steelers defense is much more potent than the New Orleans Saints defense. No.
Wow. Raphael's talking about potent. Charles, your thoughts on taking a stray from Raphael?
I'm not surprised. He loves any chance he can get to take a shot at any Louisiana-related teams.
You can also talk about Jameis Winston if you like.
I'm also Jameis. I kind of think they're going to try to save Jameis from himself in this one. I kind of like the running game more for the Browns. I think I'm looking at the unders. I think everyone thinks since it's so low that we'll see overs. But like I said, I think Stefanski and crew are going to try to reel Winston in, kind of save him from himself. I could see unders coming in for Mr. Famous Jameis.
All right, so Chuck likes unders on both sides. Got about 45 seconds for you, Soupy, and Lord Fuqua in the chat says Winston's going to go for 300 yards and rush for another 50 tonight. Tell Lord Fuqua why he is crazy.
I don't know if he's crazy about the 300. I don't think he's going to rush that much because the Steelers, one of the best rush defenses in the league. He might have to break a couple because of the pressure, but I don't think he's getting 50, but I do love the 300.
All right. Very good. Great comparison. If you find something there that you like, do not be scared to play it yourself. It's not just our picks that we give out. You educate, entertain yourself, and maybe your book has something that maybe another book doesn't have. All right, we are about halfway home. Remember, kickoff is about 50 minutes or so from right now. You don't want to get shut out. We'll go back over all of our picks coming up right before the top of the hour. And also, we've got to take care of some very serious business on who could potentially get into the club tonight, because it's starting to really wear my nerves thin. All right, still to come after the break, we're going to break down everything on the ground, in the air, but also it's time to prop it up. We've got a ton of props just for you. We do love doing this. So remember to hit that like button, and I'll look at as many as I can. It's a vibe. It's primetime stadium simulcast on YouTube. All right, everybody, you degenerates out there. Coach, you've been lifting, looking jacked. Guess if you can't get into the club, you can always get a job bouncing. Oh, I thought that was a compliment at first. AB, take my embarrassment away, please.
That's a pretty clever joke right there. I got to give credit on that one. Now, here's how we got clever with the Browns. Take a look at these, okay? First one, let's move the Browns to +7. Nick Chubb, anytime TD, and Jameis Winston, 200 passing yards or more at +350. All right? Next one. Move the Browns to +10. David Njoku, anytime TD, and your own quarterback, Jameis Winston, to throw a pick at +650. And then, Coach, finally, Browns +13. Jameis Winston, 250 or more passing yards and 25 or more rushing yards at +1,500. Raphael, where you going?
I need a big one. I need that 15-1 because I might have to fly back to Phoenix and these tickets for Thanksgiving's expenses. So give me the Browns +13, Winston 250 passing yards and 225 plus rushing yards.
There we go. All right, Soupy, where you go?
I'm going the middle. I feel good about Njoku tonight. He has been targeting him pretty heavily since he's come back in. So give me Njoku. And I do feel confident that Winston will throw a pick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, Big Chuck, where you going?
I'm going to go with B also. Keep it within 10. Jameis, he's -205 to throw a pick, so I like that one. We just basically need Njoku to get an anytime touchdown. I love that +650.
All right. Coach, what do you like?
Did you say finally or finally?
Finally.
Oh, I'm going 1,500. We're going to get crazy. Let's get crazy. Jameis Winston going bananas tonight, but the Steelers, I believe, still get it done. More points than we think. +1,500. Let's roll the dice.
All right. I like it, man. Look, I'm going to go number 2, but I kind of dig all 3 of these as well. I'll take the 10. I'll take the Njoku, and I'll take Winston with a pick. +650. That works for me.
Boom and boom. The chat's popping. The chat is making me laugh tonight. By the way, Dan, I saw your pick for the first touchdown Jim pick, and I hate to tell you this, but it's also mine. It's coming up about 25 minutes. We're back in 5 seconds. Thank you, producer man, very much. It is time to prop it up. We're across the bottom of the hour here on all of Stadium's platforms and also simulcast on our YouTube channel for all of our OGs that are out there that love to watch that way. All right, we've got a ton, and I mean a ton of props tonight. And after that no-fly zone, I am not shocked to see what AB's bringing to the dance. Start us off, AB.
Yes, sir. All right. So we're going to go Jameis Winston with a pick. Now, we got to parlay it with something here, and I'm going to play it with the Browns to score 10 points or more in the game. That's it. All right. I don't want to pick the winner. I don't want to play a spread. The Browns get 10 points or more. Jameis throw a pick, -120. Next, Jameis Winston, over 2.5 rush attempts at -115. 2.5. Somebody's going to have to run the damn ball tonight, and I think Jameis is going to do it, especially if TJ Watt's chasing him on the other side. He'll take off running. Russell Wilson, yeah, buddy, welcome to the no-fly zone as well. You're going to face the pass rush tonight. You're going to face some wind, and you're going to face some mistakes. +100, I'll take a shot on that one. And then finally, the Browns, Jerome Ford, backup running back, over 2.5 receptions at +130. He gets targets, all right? And could see Nick Chubb facing a little bit of adversity tonight against the Steelers. Jerome Ford, he can run the ball, but he can also catch the ball. And I think that is what is going to help Cleveland tonight. Give me Jerome Ford over 2.5 receptions.
AB, Jared in the chat just gave me an idea. We'll take ideas from anybody. He says, now I have to sprinkle on the let's get nuts parlay.
I like it.
You just invented a segment, Jared. You just did it. We got to do that every day, or at least every other day, or something like that.
Deal.
Just throw like 5 together for +4,500 or something like that. Oh,
I'm in.
damn it, I'm in too. Thank you, Jared. Oh my goodness, I'm so in. All right, Big Chuck, I'm seeing 3 underneath your name. Explain yourself.
Nick Chubb, over 52.5 rushing yards. He continues to get healthier, and he's enjoyed playing the Steelers. He's averaged 90, or actually 72 rushing yards per game, and he's surpassed 53 in 9 straight versus Pittsburgh. Love this one. Jerome Ford, over 17.5 rushing yards. I also love the receiving with AB, but in a game where I expect a heavy run load, I project him to get at least 5 carries, and at 4.9 yards per rush. I love 18. And lastly, Pat Freiermuth over 18.5 receiving yards. I can see the Steelers having to pass more than they normally do. And Freiermuth, I have him getting at least 2 receptions, and he's went over the 17, 18.5 in 7 of the last 10. So love him getting over 18.5 receiving yards.
Charles, all I care about is that Freiermuth, at least some of those yards, end with a TD next to his name, preferably in the first quarter. If you know, you know. All right. Now, Trent says, I have 8 7-leg parlays for this game. Doesn't feel like enough. Trent, probably enough. This is crazy. Raymond says, I just went crazy and did a 7-legger from this plus 2,900. We've created monsters. We have created monsters, and I'm here for it. All right, Big Soupy. I'm seeing, oh, my eyes are so bad. I could swear that you're betting on Winston and Nick Chubb under with Nick Chubb. Explain yourself.
Nick Chubb is just not the same Nick Chubb right now. That knee, these type of injuries, they take well over a year to adjust. It'll be next year when we possibly see Nick Chubb. He's averaging 3.1 yards per carry. Steelers are 3rd in rush EPA. I think it's going to be more Jerome Ford, as AB mentioned, with the passing game. I got him under 13.5 longest rush. And I think we should have mentioned this more. Jameis Winston likes to throw the ball. I wish we've talked about it more on the show today. He's thrown the ball over 40 times in each game this season. I went back and looked at some other starts. In his last 6 games where he has been the starter and played the whole game, his lowest attempt total, 34. Right there. And I think he's going to go over that tonight.
Soupy, you got to stop it. We all know you did not go back and look up anything and do any homework. We know that did not happen. Somebody sent you that. Nope. You're serious. You really did though.
2020.
Wow.
I look back at 2021. I went his last start, the start before that in 2021.
See, you're stuttering all over the place now, which means you're lying to me. All right. Jenks the Mouse says, I guess Chubb is a showdown for Charles and Lettuce Head. AB, you missed that this morning. There's a new nickname for young Peyton. It is now Lettuce King. Lettuce King, because he has the best hair in the crew. A lot of guys are jealous.
Yeah, no, it's strong. Good set of white teeth, too. My man
he really does. He really does. Very jealous of our guys who are post 40.
Yeah.
I can't
he's
wait.
He's cleaning up down there in Dallas.
He really is. He's got it all to himself. All right, Raphael, coming to you. You're up.
Oh, I love the chat, but all these parlays are making me feel like I'm back in the casino running books right now. But good luck to everyone. Cash big. I'm going with Jameis Winston over 217.5 passing yards at -3 nickels. This total opened up at 243.5 when this game got put up on most books. FanDuel right now has 212.5. There's some great middle spots on this game. Cleveland might be playing from behind. I think he's going to have to throw. That's why the 34.5 passing attempts. I love to play. I think he hits 217.5 passing yards for Jameis Winston. And then give me Najee Harris over 17.5 rushing attempts, -120. If the Steelers have a lead, feed him the ball. Feed him the ball. He'll get this 17.5 rushing attempts pretty easy. He's hit this 3 straight.
Somewhere DG's head is popping off his shoulders when you just called for a middle with 4 yards in between each number. Oh, it drives him crazy when you do that. Keep doing it. I got 2 plays tonight. I'm going with George Pickens. If the weather is not bad, this dude is a beast, and the numbers are where I can play him. Over 4.5. Well, he always goes 8, 5, 4, 5. He's right around that number. And then I love his receiving number, 60.5, 89, 51, 74, 111. So 3 of the last 4 on both numbers. That's doing homework, Soupy. He has cashed these numbers. So we're going to play those 2 today. If you're going to cash with the coach, you're going to do with these 2. Matt says coach is like an FBI interrogator. You're damn right, Matt. Town Tizzle says Peyton has more hair than the rest of the crew combined.
What's this?
He's clearly talking about you guys, not me. I can grow hair if I'd like. All right, we've got to compare. We've got some running backs tonight. So, producer man, what do we have to compare tonight? Because I know on one side we've got Nick Chubb. On the other side, Najee Harris. AB, looking at the numbers, courtesy DraftKings, anything you like.
So, all right, you've got two running backs that have faced each other. I'll go all the way back to college. Najee at Alabama, Nick Chubb at Georgia. These two dudes know each other. And I'll say this, I don't really love anything here. And I'll tell you why. Because if there's a ton of wind, all right, field goal kicking from 30 yards out could be out of the window, and you could see early down passing. So I want to take it to something that I can hit in one shot. Najee Harris, anytime TD, plus 105. I will take that.
Smart. Raphael, let's go. What do you like here?
Plus 105. Agreed. Anytime TD that just screams at me because it's going to be a run game. If the wind's blowing, we're not going to see those long, loopy passes that Russell Wilson's. He's going to feed Harris. Anytime TD, plus one. I'm actually shocked it's not minus 110 around there. Plus 105. I think it's a steal on the betting board.
I actually like sprinkling Soupy on the 2 touchdowns for Najee tonight at plus 650. I really do.
Najee scored in 3 straight. I don't know why he wouldn't do it again. When goal line situations, they are going to give him the ball. I'll take 2 also.
Charles.
I'm shocked to see plus money, especially with running backs, and I love the rushing yards. So, I love the running backs in this game. Rushing yards, anytime touchdowns. Yeah, sign me up for those.
Boom and boom. Let's flip it over to the receivers now. And tonight, you guys know how much I love me a little George Pickens. On the other side, this guy got loose, AB, last week and went to the house. But his number is only 46.5 because this isn't last week, and we're not in a dome, and we're not on turf. Anything you like here?
Look, I love both these guys. I love Jerry Jeudy tonight because he's going to get work whether the Browns are up, whether it's tied, or they're down by 20. Jameis is throwing the damn football. 3.5 receptions. I love that. Longest reception, 19.5. I love that one. But anytime TD, plus 320, hand that one to me. I love Jerry Jeudy tonight, man. He's a hell of a receiver.
What are we missing? AB just pointed out like 4 things that I absolutely love too. Raphael, let's go.
Yeah, Judge Judy, longest reception, 19.5. Another steal on the betting board. Really, 19.5. A little screen pass he's going to run for probably 20 plus. Give me a 19.5.
Soupy.
I always think about when I think about George Pickens, I think about the national championship game versus Alabama. And he had a massive, 60-yard catch. I think of him, he could just catch the ball. I'm taking the longest receptions. Judy, I like his over receptions, 3.5, because Jameis Winston, he throws the ball a lot. I think we've talked about it. He's thrown the ball over 40 times. I think some of those have to go to Judy.
You think so? Charles, talk to me.
I love the receptions, especially Judge Judy, Jerry Jeudy. I love the over 3.5. But look at those anytime touchdowns. You have to sprinkle on the plus 200 and plus 320. But I think both receivers have big nights.
All right. I did too. George Pickens, he's going to get over 25.5. I like his longest reception as well. Anytime touchdown, plus 200. If you guys haven't noticed, now that Russell Wilson's playing quarterback, who does he look to? Number 14. A lot. AB, TJ, who I had a lot of respect for until about 30 seconds ago, said Coach can probably give Shaq a run for worst hairline when it's grown out.
I've never seen it grown out. Today? Yeah, I've only seen it on TV.
You won't see it ever grown out because I don't even know if it grows out at this point.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a stat since he hit you right there. All right, since Russell Wilson took over, all right, Pickens is getting 30% of the share in this passing offense. Russell loves George Pickens. Great call there.
Thank you very much. Don't try to play with my hair when I'm giving you my nuggets. I work all day for this. And by the way, I'll take this. This is just a beautiful, 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 beautiful bald head. Don't be jealous, especially you, Japan. I see you. Dan Clark, Najee has ruined my parlays. Over 1.5 catches is all he is tonight. Don't hate it. I don't hate it. All right, man, this hour goes so fast because we have so much fun. Still to come, we look ahead to our next primetime night. It's a busy weekend in the National Football League. And then also we go over every one of our picks quickly. And then it's taking on a life of its own. Will somebody get into the club tonight? It's prime time. It's a vibe on Thursday. Stadium and YouTube. All right, you degenerates. We continue on here on our YouTube page. AB, we're doing a little something different tonight, correct?
Yes, sir, we are. Look, we're just going to keep it simple here with team props in the game. All right. Steelers touchdowns over 2.5 plus 155. This is offense, defense, special teams, just the team. All right. Anything counts. Steelers team total over 20.5 at plus 110. Jump it over to the Browns. Over 1.5 touchdowns at minus 125. Browns team total over 16.5 at minus 105. So everybody choose one that you like the most. All right. Big Chuck, I'll start with you.
Give me the fourth option, Browns team total over 16.5 minus 105. I think they can get to 17 in this one. Get 2 touchdowns and a field goal. I love that one.
All right, Raphael, what do you like?
I'm gonna lay the same thing. Give me a bug. I'll lay the nickel of the Browns team total over 16.5. I think upset is brewing, so we can see the Browns maybe team total over 20.5, just like the Steelers are.
There we go. Soupy.
Browns have given up over 20 points in 9 of 10 games. I'm thinking that trend continues. Give me the Steelers over 20.5.
Yep. Coach, what do you like here?
God, I hate agreeing with Soupy so very much, but that's the one I had my eye on. I think they easily get to 21 tonight. I think the over comes in tonight as well. They're playing really well with Russell. I like them to get to 21.
I'll take the Browns touchdowns over 1.5 minus 125. I'll eat that juice. It's simple. I want the most simple on the board in a game like this.
Very, very good. By the way, guys, Soupy is in the chat, and this is what he just wrote. What are we doing? Don't play with our hair when we give you our hearts.
Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
No, I'm nauseous.
I don't know what either one of those things. They're just making me laugh. Oh my God, it's making me laugh. Oh, we are so soft. SAWFT, so soft. Oh my goodness. It's just like continuation from the morning show. Oh my God. I love to laugh. You guys I needed this tonight. That's for damn sure. All right. All right. We only have a few minutes left tonight. Thanks for hanging with us. And if you weren't here at the top of the hour, don't even worry about, wow, look at that live number. It's crazy. We are back live in 5 seconds. All right, welcome back. We are live on Stadium, also on our YouTube page. Real quick, AB, Peggy says, Coach, you're going to light up the club tonight with that shine. I think Peggy's my new favorite OG in the chat, AB.
Oh, Peggy's fantastic. Look, if she's on your side, how can anybody be against you?
You're damn right. Thank you, Peggy. You're making me feel better about myself. All right, before we get to our picks one more time, quickly, we got to look ahead. Our next primetime game, and it's a good one, guys. It's a really good one. It is the 8-2 Philadelphia Eagles going to the Rams. Right now, the Eagles lay at 2.5. This one's kind of bounced around, Raphael, between 2.5 and 3, total 49. The Rams had a nice win last week going all the way to New England, but there is no room for error in the NFC West. What do you make of this line right now, Raphael?
It's very weird that every primetime game this week is a home underdog. So that one's kind of weird just in general, but I like the dogs on all 3 games. So I think getting the Rams at +3 at minus 120 in some shops is a nice bet.
All right, AB, your thoughts of the Eagles. They've been playing great, I believe, 7 wins in a row. I think it's 6.
Yep.
Right?
7, ever since he shaved his head. All right, now, what I want everybody to remember, the other night, last week, when we watched the Eagles in primetime, remember their games are boring. They're what the Rams used to do. They use their defense, time of possession, and just take you out of the ball game. It's not the same Eagles you used to see scoring 40 a game. They're plenty fine beating you 20-6. Remember that there.
Imagine a balloon and then just pop it every single game, Charles. That's how the Eagles play now. I steer clear of any props on the Eagles side of things.
I generally do too, but I think this one's going to be high scoring, and I also like the dog, especially in a high scoring game. I think this may be like the week 1 with the Packers. We see a lot of points with the Eagle game, which is rare, but yeah, give me Rams, the home dog, and plenty of points.
It's very hard to disagree, Soupy, with Charles when he sees points into thy future.
The Eagles have the best player in football right now, and that is Saquon Barkley. Good job, Matt. And you added the little spinny thing that he did a couple of weeks ago. They're just going to give the ball to Saquon. He's going to run him out the gate. I'm taking the Eagles.
Soupy, I got an email before that came out. Do you know why I got an email from EA Sports today?
I have a feeling that I've heard your voice on the game before.
You may have heard my voice on the game. It's still in there. It's still in there. I'm still part of Madden 25.
All right.
Very little, but
Do they still have the EA guy? EA Sports. It's in the game.
it's in the game. I met the guy once. It was literally like the greatest experience of my life.
Him and the
I had
NBA Jam guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're the best.
They love doing it, by the way. If like you ask them, they go right into it. EA Sports. It's in the game. Like just like that. All right. I don't need the whip around music, but we got to get to all the picks quickly. And so let's do the straight ones first, producer man, if you don't mind. Let's start with the straight ones. And I believe who's at the top? Charles, go ahead.
Browns plus 3.5. I like them as a hung dog. Plus the Steelers, they always give them a hard time. They've covered this in 3 of their last 4. So yeah, I'm rolling with the Browns plus 3.5 in the dog pound.
Ooh, in the dog pound. Raphael, let's go. Oh, no.
he didn't.
What are we
Give
doing?
me a 6-point teaser plus 9.5 over 3.5 minus 120. We're looking for 3 straight teaser winners.
I'm looking for embarrassing with a capital E. Soupy.
Browns have given up over 20 points in 9 of 10 games this year. The Steelers are averaging 28.5. I think they're both going to get the 20 points, give it the over 36. And there's going to be a lot of throwing because Jameis Winston, he can break it through the wind. It doesn't matter how windy this game is going to be. He can throw for 400 alone. And Russell Wilson, over 200 in 3 of his 4 starts. I think they get over the 402.
All right, AB, let's go over to the props. Talk to me.
Against the win. Look, Jameis Winston, 1+ pick, and the Browns plus points, minus 120. Jameis Winston, over 2.5 rushing attempts. Russell Wilson, don't want to pick as well. Big Jerome. Sorry, I lost a joke in there. Jerome Ford, over 2.5 receptions at plus 130.
Rome. Oh,
Almost said like a rock, but that's Chevy.
Charles, you're up.
Nick Chubb, over 52.5 rushing yards. He's cashed this in 9 straight versus the Steelers. Jerome Ford, over 17.5 rushing yards. He averages 4.9, and I have him getting at least 5 carries. So I love only needing 18. And Freiermuth, over 18.5 receiving yards. I see him getting 2+ receptions, and he's cashed this prop in 7 of 10 games this season.
Man, if you're going to cash with the coach, George Pickens, over 4.5 catches, over 16.5 receiving yards. That's a lot. Soupy.
Jameis Winston, pretty sure he's going to throw the ball a lot. He's thrown over 40 times. Give me over the 34. And Nick Chubb, he's just not the same Nick Chubb. 3.1 yards per carry going against a good Steelers rush. Under 13.5 rushing yards.
Let's try this. We got it, Soupy. Thank you. Raphael, let's try this again.
Give me Raphael Spurs are over 2.5 mutes. We still have 4 minutes left, but give me Jameis Winston over 217 passing yards, minus 3 nickels. And I'll take Najee Harris over 17.5 rushing attempts at minus 120.
All right, shout out to our man, Japan. I legit have been having a bad week. You know we're family here, but this show has been making my day each and every day. Japan, that's what it's all about. You know that. Safe space. And Curtis, I get it. I think she meant the shine from your head. I know what Peggy meant. You don't have to tell me. All right. We've reached that time in the show. Are my nerves getting a little rattled? Yeah, maybe so. But tonight there are 2 people that have diamonds above their name. We have rules to this. If you're brand new, plus 1,000 or higher, that's how you play the game. AB, you're the OG. You got the first one this year. You're up first.
All right, we're going to the dog here, Jerry Jeudy, plus 1,400. And I'll tell you this, we're going to have some fun here. All right, put me on screen for 1 second. Everybody type in Japan in the chat because Japan is the best. We hope your week gets up. If Jerry Jeudy gets the first TD tonight, all right, I will pick one winner and mail you the chain.
What?
Mail you the chain. That's how confident I am in Big Booty Jeudy. Let's go, plus 1,400.
You said if he does score or does not score?
If he gets the first touchdown. If he gets me a diamond.
Why do you have to do that to me? Now I'm rooting for you instead of rooting for myself. All right, Big Chuck, you've been kicking in the club. I've been hearing stories. I don't want to talk in public. I've been hearing stories. You're up.
Some are true, some are not. I'll go with Rome Ford. Despite him only having 1 touchdown on the season, I'm hoping that Chubb does all the work and he comes in and spells him around the goal line and gets us that plus 1,800.
I'm sorry. I've never heard. I hope Chubb does all the work. I'm sorry, Soupy.
Njoku has 9 targets, 7 and 7 with Jameis Winston in the lineup. Jameis Winston has thrown it to him in the end zone. It was a 2-point conversion, but we know he will target him for the pay dirt. Give me the Njoku.
Raphael, you're up.
Give me the Steelers defensive touchdown because Watt is going to sack, and then a defensive lineman is going to fall in the end zone. I'll take the 15-1 Steelers D.
All right, producer man's always over Cedric Tillman. The question is, does he even know who Cedric Tillman is? And then I'm going to take Pat Freiermuth. Damn it, when I saw this number, I saw somebody in the chat said it's plus 2,000 at other books. This is a big-time tight end. How he's at this number, I have no idea. But damn it, in about, 35 minutes, I better be recording a video because I'm telling you right now, I will be insufferable if I hit. Because I'm now 0 for 39, I think, 0 for 38. Soupy, you're like 0 for 18 or 19, to be honest. Raphael, kind of the same thing. It's embarrassing, guys. Let's be better.
I got mute.
Let's be better. What'd you say?
But I got mute.
I would love to read what TJ wrote, but I don't want to get myself in any more trouble than I think I probably already am. All right, real quick. I don't even have real quick. We only have 1 minute left. I don't even have real quick. Oh, God, I can't even get rid of the chuckles from Charles. Chuckles from Charles. How about that? Thank you. All right, snow confirmed in Cleveland. Thank you, Nate, very much. All right, that's all the damage that we can do. Thank God. It is now time for you to go out into the world. Enjoy the game tonight with your friends, with your family, with loved ones. And understand this, there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these Thursday night football tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love more. You hear the dogs. My man Soupy doing work tonight. My man from the Dirty Big Chuck. How about Raphael? Producer man AB. I'm simply the coach trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's truly what we're all about. Even in prime time right here on Stadium. Good luck tonight.